week and the remaining 3 days this week.
What a gift.
Yes. Looking back on some of the folks that made the biggest impressions on us, Sierra is looking for a second date update with Patrick. Hi, Sierra. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right. Let's start from the beginning. How did you meet Patrick, and how did that first date go?
Okay. So I met him on Match. He's the first date I've had since March.
Wow.
All this craziness started.
Yeah.
I've been pretty nervous with everything going on with like the coronavirus and everything, and I haven't been in a hurry to go anywhere. Like I've been in my house a lot.
Okay.
But, you know, being alone for that long has finally gotten to me. So I felt like I had to get out. You know, it's been pretty lonely. So I actually started talking to guys on Match, and I talked to this guy for a couple of weeks before we met up for drinks. And I hadn't got to the point where I was comfortable in a restaurant for a couple of hours. So we just did drinks on like a patio or something outside for an hour. And I honestly, I thought we got along great. And honestly, like I feel like that was on both sides. Like I feel really confident about that. And I think maybe because since we've been talking for so long, we already established a rapport before, you know, we met. We've been talking for so long.
Yeah.
And then when we met, it felt like we had known each other for so long. And I don't know, I felt really comfortable with him. And it sure seems like he was comfortable with me too. And he's such a nice guy. And honestly, I've been single for years and I've met so many people, and I just haven't met very many that I like as much as I liked him. And I really liked him, and I got every indication that he was into me too. And then at the end, he actually gave me a hug when we left, and that was the last I saw or heard from him. So I don't know. I just wanted to get your guys' advice.
You know, there's nothing better than when you meet someone for the first time and you feel like you've known them for a long time, and you guys talk for a couple of weeks. It's always a gamble when you do finally meet in person. What is that really going to feel like in real world circumstances? So I'm encouraged by the fact that it was effortless between you.
Yeah, I was too.
So you said the date ended in a hug. Did you reach out? Was there any communication whatsoever?
Yeah, I reached out to him and I said, hey, you know, it was great meeting up with you. I hope we can do this again soon. And it's just been crickets. And I don't know, it's kind of sad because, like I said, I really felt a connection with him. And I don't know.
You felt like he was feeling the same way?
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm pretty good at reading people.
Yeah.
And he was giving me every indication that he was into me.
And you guys were there a long time, right?
Yeah, 2 hours, a little bit, probably more, but
That's a long time to spend with someone if you're not feeling it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Plus the weeks of talking and then the 2 hours. That's just a lot of time.
Right.
Yeah, and I feel like it's worse, too, because, you know, when you talk to someone all day, every day, and then it makes it even worse.
That is the worst.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're like, what happened to you? I know you're on your phone because we used to talk every 15 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
I hate that for you.
It's quarantine times, you know, like, I don't know, I feel like there's nothing else that he's doing. I know that. So it's just really hurtful.
Okay, well, we want to get to the bottom of this, obviously. Hopefully these are extenuating circumstances that are not related to you as far as he's concerned. So let's take a break. When we come back, we'll call Patrick, see what he has to say, and what he sees for you two in the future as we continue. Second date update. Jeff and Jen, Cincinnati's Q102. Hang on. Sierra has not been on a date in months, and she is ready to socialize because it's lonely when you don't go out. So anyway, she met Patrick on Match, and they talked for like 2 weeks before they went out and had drinks on a patio and really got to know each other. And she said it felt like she had known the guy for a while. It seemed like these two were really hitting off, and then he just ghosted. So this is kind of where we are, guys. We're going to call Patrick.
Hello.
Hi, Patrick.
Hello. Who's this?
Patrick, it's Jeff and Jen, along with Fritch and Tim.
Hi, Patrick.
Morning.
Cincinnati's Q102. How are you?
Very well, thanks.
Are we catching you at a bad time, sir?
I'm good. I got a few minutes.
Okay.
This is probably one of those second date updates, I imagine.
That's pretty much all we do when we call out. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah,
Usually
anymore. I
involving a
mean, even
second
for
date.
grand prizes, we send Tim and Fritch out in a car and have them hand deliver it. So
We've had too many
Surprise you.
people say, is this a second date update? No, ma'am, you're winning a grand prize. But in your case, it is definitely a second date update. Patrick, you down?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Oh,
Let's talk about it. You've only been on one date?
Yeah, I'll talk about it.
Well, we appreciate that. She seems really nice.
I mean, we really like her.
Yeah, so, I mean, she's great, and I think it probably would have worked out maybe under, in a different world, maybe, I think, but kind of the way that we are right now, I'll let you guys kind of know what happened. Like I said, she's really nice. I'm really into being reasonable and considerate. I wear my mask. I keep my social distance. I'm not out and about, running all over the places. I don't have to go. I order my groceries on Amazon. And, she was into this as well. But then we get to the bar, and she has this huge purse, no lie. She pretty much pulled out, like, every single hand sanitization product I've ever seen on the market. She had the Clorox wipes. She wiped down all the chairs.
What's
our
the problem
table.
here? I'm totally on board with this.
Now, what's your issue?
That's what I do
There's
every
more.
single day
There's
when I
more.
come to the studio.
Yeah, there's trust me, there's more. So
Okay.
she wipes everything down. Then she gets out the hand wipe, and she hands me two. She didn't ask if I wanted them, and she wipes her own hands and arms off. And then our server comes over, and she gives him the wipes, tells him to disinfect himself,
Oh,
which he totally did, thankfully, without resistance. It wasn't a big deal. And then after that, she got out some antibacterial spray, and she put that on her hand.
Wow.
Of course, I had to hold out my hands as well.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I was medicated up. I mean, there was not a single virus on my body.
Man. Do you still have skin after that?
Yeah, I was very clean. And I could tell, like, this was pretty much her regular routine. She did it without thought. It was very,
Automatic.
she's been doing this for a long time. And I've never seen anything like it. She had a lot of stuff. She showed me Lysol spray, wipes, lotions, gels, and the gloves. When she went to the restroom, she actually wore gloves to the restroom. I'm not trying to make fun of or like her or be mean, but it's just, I guess that's just her way of dealing with it, and that's great. Totally understand.
Just felt like overkill
This
to
is
you.
not your way.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like I
too
think
much.
it's like okay to an extent, but then it's just a little,
Enough's enough.
yeah. Because
Isn't it just fascinating, though? I mean, you just think about everybody in your world, at least in my world. I have people at both ends of the extreme.
Same.
I know people that have not left their house and are just so terrified to go anywhere. And
Yeah.
then I have people that are hopping on planes and going
Shaking
everywhere.
hands,
and
high-fiving.
hugging people.
Yep.
And
What about the people that are like, I want to have it. Give it to me. Huff on my face.
I have those people. I'm not afraid. I won't die from this.
Right.
I know them too. And then everybody in between. I imagine it's difficult to find somebody that's on the exact same page as you, because it does feel like I think even within this room, the four of us are on dramatically
totally.
different pages from each other.
My boyfriend he stresses a lot about it because he has a lot of asthma and allergies, and he asks me all the time, like, what are you doing at work to stay clean? Like, who's doing this and who's doing that?
Who have you
And-
been around?
Yeah. And I'm like, Jeff and I every day are like conscious, like we clean all the time. I think Tim, like everybody does their own level of cleaning, but it just depends on like how often, or I don't know what the other people are doing, but
Right.
Well, let's give Sierra a chance to respond. Sierra, do you got a UV light in that purse?
Well, I don't know what to say to that. I mean, honestly, like, we're in a pandemic, so I get it. Everyone's dealing with it differently, so I'm not going to yell or preach about what needs to be done to stay safe. But it's sad because if he's not willing to take every precaution, then, like, that's fine.
I guess I
But-
should ask, like, were you this germ conscious before the pandemic?
No.
oh yeah,
And
good question.
I mean, like, I wash my hands frequently, but I'm not like Howard Hughes, like scrubbing my hands for 2 hours. Like, I just think, I feel a responsibility to make sure that everything is clean because I don't want to be the person that passes it on to anybody else.
I see. In other words, you're saying you do this for other people, not so much yourself, or it's fair to say both.
Yeah. And I just feel like that's all of our jobs. And like, it's just sad that given the pandemic and everything, like this is the way, but it's also very telling. So if that's like how he's going to be, then okay. I mean, that's that.
You see differently.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. That was then, and this is now 4 months later. Please welcome back to the Jeff and Jen Morning Show, Patrick. How are you, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? So nice to talk to you again.
Good to talk to you. How's life treating you?
I do feel bad about the last time we talked. I felt like I was kind of a dick. I didn't mean to be. Never do. It just happens sometimes.
I couldn't possibly relate to that.
No.
So last time I was on the show, I went out with a girl, and she was just a little bit crazy with the cleaning supplies and the gloves and the wipes and the gels. She did seem like a great person. She was just kind of a worrywart. But there's a lot of people out there, obviously, that are very nervous, taking a lot of precautions. I actually work with a few people who are like just as vigilant, with the sprays and the gels. And with things actually kind of getting scarier, I actually started to develop some of these habits myself.
Uh-oh.
Enough watching the news and listening to stories and being on social media, it can do that to you for sure.
Exactly. And I have friends who also have pre-existing conditions, and I would just hate for any of them to catch it.
Right.
And as I was just kind of watching the numbers go up, I started to wonder if Sierra was, maybe kind of onto something. So I tried to remember all the products she had on her, the wipes, the sprays, and, I tried to stay healthy and fight off the virus and the germs and stuff. And I actually ended up in the hospital.
Oh, wow.
I had a horrible headache. My sense of smell was off. I was coughing. My eyes were swollen and red. I had trouble breathing. And I don't want to sound dramatic, but I was feeling really bad, especially with the breathing. It really freaked me out. I actually went to the ER. They ran all the tests. They gave me oxygen. They put me on an IV drip. It was crazy. And it turned out that I was actually having an allergic reaction to all the cleaning supplies, and all the antibacterial stuff.
Oh, my goodness.
You overdosed.
Yeah.
Look at you going from one extreme to the other.
Right.
Exactly. So just like that, I don't know, it threw me into the hospital. So I threw all that stuff out. I'm just kind of doing the basic CDC precautionary stuff. I'm not getting too crazy with it. But
that's good.
It definitely was, like you said, just kind of a huge kind of lesson in what the fear of the news and social media and stuff can kind of do to a person.
Right.
There's being safe, and then there's, becoming a fanatic and letting it overtake your world, the fear.
Yeah.
It is amazing how the constant stream of information can just mess with your head.
Definitely. I mean, with everything that's going on right now, it's really easy to become way too immersed into, the guidelines and all the products that you can use.
I mean, you want to be informed, but you don't want to get sucked in down the rabbit hole and become too crazy. So you got to step away from it.
Yeah. Glad you're okay.
Yeah.
All right,
Stay healthy
buddy.
out there, okay?
Thank you. Definitely will.
Keep it on the road, brother.
Definitely.
And thanks for coming back on Second Date Update Week. It was good to talk to you.
Yeah, hey, it was great talking to you guys, too. Again, I really appreciate you checking in, and, I hope you guys are obviously staying safe and not staying addicted to hand sanitizer, which I found out was a thing, too.
Yeah, no, we're trying not to.
That's good.
But you take care and have a great Thanksgiving.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Second Date Update Week. I could see me doing something. I can't laugh too hard at him because I could totally see me doing something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I get a little freaked out sometimes,
right.
The hypochondria takes over and
a little overkill.
We go.
Thank God Google can't kill you.
I know, because
directly
let me tell
anyway.
you, I am a doctor when it comes to Google. I can diagnose damn near a University of Google. I've got my degree from there. So if you need our help with a second date update, all you have to do is send us an email, Jeff and Jen at WKRQ.com.
Thanks for listening to the Q102 Jeff and Jen Morning Show podcast, brought to you by CBG Airport. Start your trip at CBGAirport.com.